Welcome to this pick a card reading or pick a pile reading on happiness. We're going to begin by showing you your 3 piles. So we've got, first of all, 9 of Wands, Ace of Cups, and Page of Pentacles. So those are your 3 piles to choose from. If you want items for them, if that makes it easier for you to feel which one you're drawn to, then we have this wooden carved cetus whale sea monster of sorts. The channel mascot little dude guy with a hair on top. And this desert rose crystal. I will get into talking about happiness and why I've chosen that for our reading today, but I would also like to show you another thing that will help you decide on your reading. However, mostly this is for interpreting the readings themselves and the messages that want to come through. So we've got in this happy readings pile number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, where shall we put him? Let's have a look in the camera. And I just thought that it was so cool that in this happiness reading, this lighten up my dude, that's gotta be in it. That's not even what I was gonna say, but I had that out since this morning and when I didn't even know I was going to be doing this reading, so that fits so beautifully. Anyway, as I got the 3 cards for this reading, I thought it was really cool that the back of the deck energy was 3 of Cups, which is literally like happiness, play, joy, fun occasions, friendship. Just it seems to be the card that I associate with joy. So let's get into why I've chosen happiness as the topic of today's reading. To begin with, it really just came through me wanting to share a video and a reading that would lighten your mood, that would bring you into a joyful energy, because there's so many readings on predictions, but I really wanted a focus on something that would just be enjoyable to listen to and lighten your perspective, to shift your energy into living through the present moment in such a way that you are really taking from life what you desire. It can be really easy for us to get caught up in living in figuring out the world, figuring out how to be in happiness, figuring out the ways in which life works, and trying to get the best circumstances for ourselves through understanding. And while that can be really beneficial, I think that sometimes we use that to its detriment, to the point where we're not actually living so much as we are trying to understand how we should be living. So this reading hopefully will bring you into the present moment to such that this reading isn't enabling you to be happy later. This reading is playing a part of that happiness right now as you're listening. So there, of course, will be messages, I'm sure. I don't really know yet what the messages will be, but I'm sure there will be messages on how to reap the benefits of how to how to feel more happy in general, and maybe what is preventing you from happiness, we'll see. But overall, I intend to really center this reading around enjoying this reading, enjoying this space together. So yeah, I think we'll start with pile number 1. 9 of Wands. Let's go. Let's keep them out. So first of all, welcome in pile 1. You chose the 9 of Wands and the Cetus, as well as the elderflower ? The number 1 in this sort of plant, whatever it actually is. I don't know. First of all, your energy, I just loved your energy when I was gluing these plants in and getting into the energy a bit. It's really interesting because 9 of Wands is like a struggle card. It's a card of perseverance, and yet you were the pile that kind of brought me the most, like, this is happiness. I felt like moving with you. I felt like, let's just like be happy in the most flowing of ways, where there is progression, whereas whether that be I was seeing some people painting and some people like jumping and running around and just like moving their arms in a way that they're just expressing that happiness. I feel a lot of the energy of happiness from your pile. It's like I feel like the way in which you really love to express your happiness is through very fiery physical ways. Okay. If that wasn't like confirmation of the fact that you like to express physically, I don't know what is. Yeah, this is, and you've got Wands, which is all about action. Oh yeah, this is all about action and movement and passion and fire, and we have them in 9. And I really like that this depiction has loads of like, I'm hearing like replicas or duplicates. I was actually thinking that they were different people, but I'm actually seeing them as you right now. There's loads of different versions of you. Okay, yeah, that's what the message, that's why we got 9 of Wands. You express your happiness in so many different ways, and depending on how you're feeling, it's gonna look a lot differently. So I guess this reading for you is starting off by recognizing what makes you happy and going with the flow with however that happiness wants to be expressed in the moment. I feel like what will bring you so much happiness right in this moment is just seeing how happy of a person you are and how that happiness gets expressed. It doesn't need to be like a very mental thought process for you. I feel like it's just like when you think of the word happiness, what does your body do? And let that happen. And it's, again, you can do this so often because it's something that will change within you, because we see that there's so many different versions of yourself and you just are a very vibrant person. I think that you in your element, you are so free. When we look at this elderflower plant, we see so much space, and we also see that there was this one piece that wanted to come out, that it wasn't attached to this. It didn't break off. It just was a small piece, and it felt really significant, but I couldn't quite put in words what it was. It felt like a blessing. It felt like joy also. It's like you can't help but stray from the path. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's like there are even in difficult circumstances, maybe you're in a difficult circumstance yourself right now, it's like, no, you can still be happy. You can stray from what is keeping you feeling down. So what I want to say around happiness as a concept is that it really comes from a state of being where we recognize that all that isn't truly what we express ourselves as. This is like an energy that wants to come through that is not very material, so bear with me as I find the words for it. But there's definitely a sense of your own expression of self is not one that is like directly reflective of who you are. No, what the way I'll explain this is, some people would have a mode of expression that is very reflective of who they are. So for example, making music, and it ties in with who their soul is, or what they really like, the thing that they're expressing is very it's like it's very much, you can tell, like like someone who made a song, they would feel like, in this example of someone who makes a song, their music sounds like them. It's an expression of themselves. But for you, I feel like it's like, no. The things that you do don't necessarily reflect who you are. And that is not, that's not an unhealthy thing in this case. It's actually really, really beautiful. It's like, because you have so many different ways that you love to express happiness, it really gives an energy of being detached from the self. It's like, it's almost like you are the pile number one of pure divinity. It's like your happiness isn't just happiness that comes from you. It's like when you are in happiness, you are really experiencing happiness that is detached from any sort of self. It's like, it's not like you're not experiencing someone else's happiness. You just are experiencing happiness as a concept. It's not your own. It just is happiness. And so the reason why you may not feel like you are always that you always have a sturdy outlet that you express happiness through, that is like consistent. You very much express yourself in a multitude of ways. Oh, my dog is whining. Bonnie, you wanna come in? Bonnie, come. Yeah. Hello, baby. You wanna come in? Jump. Yeah. She's scared of the door. Hi. Yeah? She's wagging her tail. She has something for you. What is it? Come here. Yeah. Okay, so I think your message from that is that you may be very hesitant to accept this way that you express happiness. It may be that you feel like you need to commit to something. There's a card that I want to bring out. Okay, this is a Web Weaver card. So this card talks all about, well, piece of paper. This card talks all about multitasking and how having different avenues of, I guess, creation, just different avenues in life, they all feed this being in the center. So it's described as different pools of pleasure is one way that is put. But essentially, I believe you are one that has a hard time accepting that you are more dispersed. Any Geminis in here, or Pisces? Because it's very much the energy of like a finger in every pie. You know, maybe you're someone who does like to try a lot of different things and you don't stick to anything. And this card talks all about how not sticking to something isn't a bad thing. It's just that you enjoy that expression. You enjoy the expression of it's like you don't have an attachment. Yeah, there's very much a sense of non-attachment, again with that like openness we felt here. I want to get some runes. I will admit I'm kind of afraid to do this because I felt really drawn, or like I was being asked to use runes, but I'm like, I don't know all the runes. I have not studied runes very much at all, so I might not even know like at all what it's talking about, but we'll see. We shall see. Okay. Ah, spirit. Okay. Okay, now I feel like this is a rune from, so I can't even think of what it's called. Yeah, I'm being invited to go back into myself again. So you definitely, I feel like a lot of your confusion comes surrounding the, look, it looks like it says me. Okay, that's kind of funny. It's like, yeah, you don't get out of your expressions or like any things that you do. You don't get out of it what is like necessarily it's intended for, is what I'm feeling. It's like, say you there's, I can't think of an example. Well, I thought of an example, but then I didn't want to use it. There's a lot in this pile about feeling like you understand everything and yet being very critical. It's like, I think that the way that your happiness is expressed is extremely like pure and just it flows and you just are happy in a lot. It's like your happiness is just through life. You just are happy throughout life, and yet it feels like you may try and force yourself to be happy through only like particular means. Like, I don't know if you have a certain like passion or a certain person that you like being happy around or with, but it's like you almost condition yourself to think that you can only be happy in that mode or through in that way, or that you need to find something that you can only be happy with in that one way. But this is like open up to life, or it's like a confirmation that you are open up to life. The nature of this reading is very much embracing your own way of happiness. And I feel like your own way of happiness is just like, there's such a childlike energy to it that is just like, it is just happy throughout everything, or it can find happiness within anything. Pile number 1. I feel a great need to slow down with you. I feel like maybe you do get very caught up in your desire for happiness. Yeah, it's like your desire for happiness is what keeps you from happiness. Because there's this energy of you always seeking. It's the energy of 9 of Wands, of like, so the suits in tarot go like from ace to 10. So 10 being the last one, with the exception of the court cards. It's like you feel like you're always one step away from happiness. I feel like you might be the type of person to, I think most people do, but you may struggle with this in particular, of setting a goal and saying, that's when I'll be happy. Your happiness is here. Like, your happiness is in every moment. What can you be happy about right now? So depending, I don't even know what I'll call this reading, but I wonder if you have picked on this reading to, I guess, to be the source of happiness for you, as opposed to feeling that already, feeling that even when you leave pick-a-card readings, or when you stop engaging with those like things that bring you happiness. So yeah, it seems like there might be a lot of black and white thinking with you, like you can only feel happy through certain means, like you can only be happy with like the physical or with certain actions. Yeah, there's definitely a call to to find. I'm being drawn to this that looks kind of like a pearl, and it's like, I feel like that's your happiness. And it's the non-obvious one, and it's also feels like what it feels like what the whole card is ignited by, and yet it's so silent. So I really do feel like for you, I know I've already said it, but it feels like your happiness is something that comes in everyday life. It's in every single thing. You are not tied to your like big, like, this isn't everyone, remember, this is just you, because there are a lot of people who will find that their greatest joys are like particular things. Like, for example, someone may love painting, and they may have a lot of struggle surrounding why they keep themselves from painting, but it could be that their greatest joys of life come through painting. But for you, that's not it. There's no one mode of happiness for you. There's no one answer. There's no one creation or one action or one thing that brings you happiness. You find happiness in life, in existence, and not in like feeling the spirituality and the infinity of happiness, and understanding the spiritual side of how you can feel happiness. No, you find happiness in everything. You find happiness in the daily things of like brushing your teeth, or like looking at a swan outside, or like the sound of a paper, or just literally every single thing. And those were bad examples. But I feel like this reading came to you in order for you to embrace the part of you that just is non-attached to any form of happiness and finds happiness to be an energy that you feel rather than have be tangible or that you can identify even. It's just there. You just experience. It's very like out of body, even though we got the like me. Yeah, I don't know what these runes are called. These ones. It's annoying. It's like I know that I have learnt what they're both called, but I don't remember. I feel like I remember really liking this. Okay, anyway. You also had the sun associated with your pile, which, I mean, is just like the sun after my associate. Maybe the sun is even more about like pure happiness than Three of Cups to me. They're both very different forms of happiness, and with the sun being associated with your reading, I do feel like it is like the sun is that vibrancy, right, in the center of well, it like the solar system, like it's called the solar system. It's around this our sun, or the sun, and it again fits with this message of there being a pearl, a center. And even with this card, we see that there being a center and all of these different avenues of happiness coming from that one center. So what is that center? Let's get a card for that. This is a combination of the Moonology, Work Your Light, and Starseed Oracle, and it's just a third of it. I have it in all three decks mixed, and this is just, well, like I said, a third of it. What was this question for? I forgot. Something to do with, oh, what is the center? Your hard work is paying off. Yeah, okay. For you, it's like, it's very to do with the place in life you've come to. It's like within yourself. Maybe you've done like a lot of shadow work or a lot of healing, that kind of energy, and it's literally just like your way of being is just happy now, or it has it's not that that's the pure like essence of, that's not the only thing of you, the only emotion, but it just is a message of you have let go of so much of the density that kept you from feeling that happiness that was always within you. And so it's not for you like you'll feel happiness and then not feel it, and then feel it and then not feel it. It's more like happiness is just a state of being. It's just a frequency that is an undercurrent of your life, because, and you can feel that, or an undercurrent because of all the hard work you've put in, whether that be through, I think that will look different for everyone, but the primary message that I feel from this is that like the emotional healing you've done has led you to a place in life where you can just be happier, and that just is happier in life as a whole. So this was a very interesting reading. I can't say that I fully expected this to play out. I guess I didn't really have expectations. But it's been very fun. So part one, that's where I'm gonna leave the happiness reading. Yeah. Okay. Bye bye. Okie dokie. And I'm just gonna leave the camera on, so feel free to just head out or stay with me as I clear the table, ready for pile number 2. I wonder if the runes were just for you, or if the other piles will want them to. Ah, universe. Loving, benevolent universe. Making me want to study up on my runes again. Pile 2 was... Alright, that's the back of the deck energy. And then... So we've done pile 1. And now it's pile 2. Cool. Cool. Okay. Welcome in pile 2. You chose the Ace of Cups and the little dude. The little dude that is being lit up, apparently. So, pile 2. Your happy reading will begin by showing you that you chose this little dude. Oh, you got the little dude and you got the little dude. Are you a little dude? Are you a little dude? So, I've written by your pile Serenity and Poetic. When I looked up, this is an apple tree blossom, an apple tree flower. And when I looked up the meaning of apple tree flowers, it literally was just like happiness and love and blessings, or I'm not saying that in the way that is coming through well. Essentially, you had such a sweet, loving energy about you, and I feel like the direction your reading will take is one of really honoring like a sensual sort of happiness. I feel like what will bring you pleasure in this moment to be hearing about is just how, I'm hearing majestic you are. I feel like you, and with you being the Ace of Cups, and the bottom of the deck for you was Ace of Swords, so the bottom of the deck was kind of weird. It's like for the bottom of the deck of all the readings was 3 of Cups, but then I kind of flipped through it, and it's hard to explain, but basically for you, you have Ace of Swords at the bottom of your deck, but your main card was Ace of Cups, so to me that is like, it is a poet. It's like merging opportunities of emotion with opportunities of the mind. So it's like merging the femininity with expression in words. It's like, I feel like you have a way of understanding emotion, and I feel like a lot of your happiness comes through being able to describe life, being able to describe your feelings, being able to describe beauty. And I think that I just want to say, like, your energy is just like, you're just such a sweetie. Like, I feel like there's something about you that is just like adorable, and there's so much bringing like that energy of happiness with innocence, and there's such like a lightness to you. It's like, it really makes me feel like a child again, but not in like I have like two particular ways of viewing like myself as a child. One was like crazy wild child, and then one was like sweet innocent child. And you bring out that like sweet innocent self again. And you remind me of the me who believed in in fairies and believed in the magic of life. I think that okay, I think that you need to hear a story. So when I was a little small one, I had two friends in my class in school, and they told me that one of them had a flying like motorbike, and we three made like a really fun plan to go on an adventure, and we were gonna like fly through space or like fly through Earth. Like I don't know if we said like flying through space. I think it probably was just flying like around this world, but the image I have, or like the feeling, is how I now associate with like space. It's just like we were gonna fly on this flying motorbike, and just like it had just a magical feeling of flying through the clouds, flying through such a magical state of space of existence, on this like special adventure. So we were making these plans, and they told me that they were going to come pick me up from my bedroom window at night, that night, or the night after. I'm pretty sure it was for that very night. And so I remember at home I got a black bin bag, you know, for trash, but it, like, didn't have trash in it. I just got like a new one, and I was filling it with my clothes and like what I thought I would need on the journey. I fully believed that they were gonna come that night and pick me up, and I stayed up. I don't remember how far into the night I got waiting, like staying awake, but they didn't come. They didn't come and collect me. So I asked them in school, like what, I talked to them about it, and they said like they couldn't, or like their dad like was using the bike or something. But they told me that they would come pick me up that night instead, like that it was free. They can do it this time, kind of thing. So again, I waited, and they didn't come. And I think it happened again. I think it happened for a few nights that they said they were gonna come, and then they didn't. And I just know that I believed them time and time again. Because why wouldn't I, right? Like, why would you lie? And I don't remember how, like, I will say this also. Well, I'll finish off that sentence. I don't remember how it all got resolved. Like, if I just stopped believing they'd come, or if they told me. I think they told me that they actually couldn't come, like they couldn't use it, or that I don't think they told me it didn't exist. I'm pretty sure I remember like years and years later like realizing like, oh my god, there's no such thing as flying bikes. Because yeah, anyway, so another part to that is that I remember very distinctly while I was packing my black bin bag with my clothes, I remember like going through the kitchen with it. I don't know what I was looking for in the kitchen, but something. Maybe I was putting like food in. But I remember my older brother and my mum telling me like that they're like that it's not true, that they're not gonna come, or like my brother was laughing at me or something. And I was adamant that they are gonna come. They told me they're gonna come. And so I felt like I just remember feeling hurt that my mum and brother didn't believe me, or didn't believe that my friends really did have a flying bike, because I believed them. So anyway, that whole story feels like your energy brought that up in me, because it's such a magical innocence. And maybe some of your happiness actually, like, I know that I started this reading by saying, like, I want this reading to be about feeling happiness in the moment, but I feel like expressing this, so I'm gonna. So I think that a lot of your happiness might come from dreaming, like from like the realm of imagination. In actuality, I don't believe that like the imagination, like that realm within our like mind's eye, is like not real. I think that it just, the way that we've come to perceive what real is, that's like not accurate. Like, why is something that I can touch, something that's real, and something that I can imagine yet not put my hand like to meet, why is that less real? It's just real. They're both real in different realms, different dimensions. They're different levels of existence. That, like, why would there be, it's like how water, it has a different substance or different level of like relating to our bodies than the other things that we can see, like tables and hard stuff. Anyway, I think that you will find a lot of happiness in your imagination and in dreaming of, which is just to say accessing accessing through a different wavelength, other realms, like other worlds. How can your mind facilitate an emotional journey for you? How can your mind facilitate like new experiences of happiness, of joy? Like, what is like joyful for you? I feel like you might find a lot of your joy in the unseen, in the realm of emotion, in the realm of poetry. There's so much just, it's like a clean white energy, or like a, like stars and sparkly and like serene. Selenite feels like it fits your energy quite a lot. Or maybe moonstone. Anyway, I feel like you are a delicate flower and you will, I don't like saying you will, I think you do really value, it's like you value happiness, right? I feel like even in in the general collective of humans, we view valuing happiness as something like naive, and yet happiness is a natural state of being, of love. I think that we can almost demonize play sometimes, that we should be more Saturnic and structured, and yeah, it's like people often view being reliable and being like mature as something that doesn't come from play and doesn't come from happiness. But it's like, what is more reliable and more mature than like enjoying life? and so this is like a call to connect with your inner child. Yeah, it feels like inner child. I'm noticing the 3 lines I drew from from the number 2. It feels like ripple effect somehow. I'm not sure what that would mean. Like, the thing that comes to mind would be that, like, you being in your purity, you being in your form of happiness, your happy little world will be infectious to those around you. And I feel like there's another message to it. Let's get a card. Okay. We'll do Spirit of the Animals. I laugh because I've just been using this one a lot lately. I don't really know how to explain why I was laughing at that, but hey ho, there we go. Okay, for my wonderful pile number 2s. Oh, I love you, pile number 2. I wonder how many of you found my little story to be funny and how many of you found it to be just like sad. I hope it brought some joy. Oh, come on. Happiness. Okay, we have to read Otter now too. I'll keep him right there. I'm finding it interesting also. Ooh, personal choice. Oh my god, that is literally what I was saying. Personal choice. Close your eyes. What animal, close your eyes. What world, what happiness do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. Yeah, delve deep into your closed eyes. Bison are like a shamanic shamans creature that like help guide into accessing those other dimensions, those other realms of being. I don't really know anything about shamanism, so I can't speak on that really, but yeah, yes, this is awesome. You're a lot of like, I think delving into spirituality. Oh my god, that's okay. I could have worded this way easier, way earlier on. I think delving into your spirituality, into the spiritual aspects of life, would feel great to you. Okay, let's get to reading. Ah, such a wonderful energy. What shall we read first? I want to read happiness first. I also want to hold the card up as I read. That is not something that I have ever done. But for you, my sweet otter pile. Oh, I haven't read this either yet. For you, my sweet otter pile, I shall. Okay. Sea otter, happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. I just, come on. I can't get over it. It's just so beautiful. Happiness. Okay. If otter is your personal symbol... Actually, let's read these first. Inner joy, playful, love, agility, capricus. What does capricus mean? I don't know. Sharing. Oh, does it mean... No, I don't know. Good luck. Family, tribe, faithfulness, caring, spontaneous. If otter is your personal symbol, you are called to the spontaneous art of playful living. Otter people swim in the iconic watery world of their intuition and feelings. Oh my god, yeah, water too. This is such Ace of Cups vibes. Their naturally evolved female protective self might ask them to care for others, especially the young. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm interrupting, but I just want to see where I'm holding to see if you can actually see it. Okay, that is where to hold it. I will try my best to keep it there. Okay. Now, where were we? self, their naturally evolved female protective self might ask them to care for others, especially the young. Otter people are inclusive and welcome the company of family, tribe, and community. Otter people know how to go with the flow and master celebrating life with simple things. They are loyal, kind, and true. Oh, yeah, that feels like you. Otters are fantastic friends and lovers. They hold on to one another so they do not drift apart. Oh, isn't this just adorable? Hey, I called you adorable earlier. Otter people are not usually confrontational, but rather survive by swiftly swimming away from danger. If otter is your totem, you will have a natural curiosity and love looking at life from all angles. You are loving towards yourself and others. Your inner child needs... Okay, like, come on. Am I right or am I right? Your inner child needs room to frolic and play, and if you let it out, you'll be sure to enjoy life and not simply endure it. Let Otter lead you to all that is good in the world, happiness, abundance, friends, and love. And shall we read the contrary? Yeah, let's do it. Are you fighting life's currents? Go with the flow. Are you spending too much time alone? Connect with your tribe. Don't forget happiness can be found by simply holding hands. I cannot express how much I love this energy. That's not what I was gonna say. I can't remember what I was gonna say. It was just like, it fits. Everything just fits. Everything fits. The Ace of Cups. Everything fits. That little apple tree flower. Don't forget to reach out when you are lonely. Yes. Do not forget to reach out if you are lonely. Reach out to the other pile number 2s. Maybe not through the comments for you, but maybe through like the ethereal realm. Like, go say hi in your bedtime dreams. Isn't that so cool? I wonder how many people have like formed a community and been like, hey, let's go party in the other realm tonight, and they meet in their dreams. I feel like that did not come out the way I wanted it to, but hey ho. It still came out. Bison time. Bison. Bicy. Buffalo. Okay. Shall I hold this up? Did you enjoy being bada-boom, I don't know, being held a card? Indomitable? What does indomitable mean? I mean, it sounds like endurance, which is the next word. Indomitable. It sounds funny. I feel like I knew until I said it like 3 times. And then it just sounds like a cluster of sounds, not an energy of knowledge. Anyway. Survival, strength, abundance, virility, prosperity, prayer. The North American bison, also called buffalo, was the ruler of the American plains. Bison represented the abundant life, the will to survive, and the ability to adapt. Native Americans relied on them for the blessings of ample food, shelter, and warmth. They considered all bison sacred. If bison come... Oh, didn't I say white also? And this is like the white bison. If bison comes to you, it signifies that you are walking in harmony with Mother Earth. Oh, you feel like such a Mother Earth pile. Gaia fits way more for you. Call upon buffalo for guidance, and you will feel a great force rising within you. You can align with a surge from nature that will empower you. The white buffalo was most sacred of all. She brought the peace pipe and visible prayer to the people. I wonder what peace pipe is. If you are a bison person, you will feel called to connect to the Great Spirit in prayer. From this deeper place of all blessings and gifts will flow. Bison invites you to discover your own sacred way, create your own ceremonies, and write your own prayers. The great mystery is right beside you. Just open the door and walk through. White buffalo is waiting. Contrary. Have you forgotten to be thankful for all your blessings? Have you lost connection to earth? Have you forgotten how to pray and connect to the Great Spirit? Be grateful, return to prayer. So yeah, this is a very spiritual card of connecting back to those higher forms of being. Again, like, doesn't that kind of look like alien, like E.T. abduction? Or like how that is depicted in films and TV shows and stuff. Anyway, what I was gonna say, which is more I don't know, feels very spacey, and that kind of goes with my story of or the part of my story where I was saying that it felt like my image of it was that we were going on an adventure in space. I flip-flopped them. Okay, that means something. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. What does that mean? I'm just flipping through because I want to find that thing I said about the white bison being like the shaman thing. And I think it was in White Stag. Okay. White stag is often compared to the sacred white buffalo for its connection to the Great Spirit. It's usually agreed with... Okay, I think that's it. Okay. Connection to the Great Spirit, huh? I think that's your reading. I think that's it. There's a stillness now, although there is a little bit of your energy anyway. But I feel stepped back like I often do when a reading is finished. So wonderful, adorable pile twos. I hope that this brought you happiness, and I hope that it will continue to feed energy of happiness into your life. Namaste, I honor you. You know, I was gonna close the camera off and then restart it, but I won't. Feel free to leave. I am going to simply pack away your pile, and you can stay with me as I prepare for pile number 3, or you can leave. Ooh, who wants to peek through? The magician, huh? For anyone who's stuck around, I feel like I kind of felt like King of Pentacles. Maybe for those of you who stuck around, you have a message of like ground, freaking ground. It's like, if you're going into these higher dimensions, like, remember that you're also in a body and also on Earth. I mean, if you want to be. But magician, if we take that in the simplest of interpretations, like magic, creating magic, I feel like for you it's like connecting to all the different energies at your disposal and having that integrate into your life. There's just such a divine magic here. Okay, that's all I'll say. No! Where's the back of the deck card gone? No! There was one more card, I'm sure. Okay, Ace of Cups is there. So, pile 3. What? Wait. Ooh, wait, so... this... Oh, Page of Pentacles is pile 3s. That was that. Oh, right, because 3 of Cups was everyone's, but also pile 3s. Welcome in pile number 3. Let us, I was just gonna say, let us persist your happy reading, but we haven't begun yet. Or have we? Maybe we begun the moment that creation was created. Ooh, I feel a fun energy with you. Okay, so you chose the Desert Rose crystal, which is very like directions everywhere, growing, but it's such like a peaceful stone, but also like ring, 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 ring. I do feel quite a lot of energy with this pile. Pile 2 was very serene, very peaceful, very adorable. Pile 3, you guys, and even like your plant, I believe this is thistle. It's like spiky, like chung 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 chung. So yeah, when I was gluing your plant to the paper, I heard Mr. Grumpus. And I can't remember what that's from. I was gonna look it up, but I forgot. I had like an inkling of a feeling that it's from Friends, and it's like calling someone, like maybe Rachel is calling someone a Mr. Grumpus. Are you being a Mr. Grumpus? No, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I was hearing Mr. Grumpus, and a lot of the or some of the energy that was coming through for you was like protecting your joy. So thistle being like spiky, and then there's the one that this is from at least is, it has a purple flower which is like protected by the spikies, and it feels like either you have gone, you have curated a lot of love for yourself that has helped you to protect your own happiness, or that this is a message to like maybe create firmer boundaries in order to protect your own happiness. So there's an energy of creating a sort of bubble of self that you can be your like okay, the way I'm seeing it is like Page of Pentacles planting a seed of your happiness, and it's like that seed is very delicate, and then needing like what are those like mesh surroundings that like keep animals from gobbling up the trees. It's like you have a delicate part to you that needs protecting. So I guess this game, I haven't really been doing, I haven't felt like I've really done many cards for the other 2 piles, but I'm feeling cardy for you. Oh, I also want to mention, I'll mention that as I'm shuffling. We're gonna get, what cards shall we get for you? I'm not actually feeling any of the decks, which is weird since I was feeling like doing loads of cards. Okay, maybe I feel like I could go anyway with you. I guess we'll just do fairies. This is a weird energy, I must admit. Very weird. So what I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, probably. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, so while there was a back of the deck energy for, that's why this is a weird energy. Are you, some of you, going through something like really extreme right now when you're watching a happiness video? No, no shade, even though that's a weird turn of expression, turn of phrase that I don't really say, shade. Anyway, boy, is there a lot of energy here. Are you going around in like okay, I think that this is why I wasn't feeling, oh my god, words. I think my wonderful pile threes, I think that you are going to have a bit of a heavier message. I think that spirit is kind of coming in for a moment, and being like, okay, so about that happiness video. Pile 3 needs something else, so we're gonna honor the divine flow of love and know that this happiness reading for you may be hard to hear. It may not be. I think I filmed the intro and I was saying how I wanted this reading to be a source of happiness in the present, not necessarily talking about how you can feel more happiness in the future. But I feel like for you, this is more of a, this is going to help you find that inner happiness for life, not necessarily that this is the source of happiness for you now, but more that this is going to help you find that joy in the situation you're going through. So let's see what pile 3 is going through, shall we? Or what do they need guidance on? Let's bring them to the happiness. Oh, be calm and keep going. I had that ooh reaction because that felt very powerful and very like, whoa, okay. I haven't seen that card in this deck. I feel like more green, so not help to others. Ooh, galoga. I want to say, first of all, if you're still here after I said that this message might be like hard to hear and that this maybe is not going to be the kind of happiness reading that I intended or that maybe you were looking for, like, well done. Or oh god, I'm not wanting to say well done. I'm wanting to comfort you, essentially. I want to give you a big hug, tell you everything's all right, and there may be a lot of intense energies going on for you right now. You may feel very overwhelmed. You may feel, I kind of feel like for some of you, you have opened up to a whole new understanding of life that has slightly jarred you, or maybe a truth has come to light. There's something like some new things have come into your life, whether that be through thought or through physical or whatever that may be. There's something new that's come to your life and it's causing you stress. It's causing you stress. It's not something that you can avoid, and it's not something that is easy to process either. Let's see what other messages we have. That message that I was halfway through saying and got distracted with was that while 3 of Cups was the back of the deck for the whole video with all 3 piles, it was specifically back of the deck for you. It's kind of hard to explain how. It's basically like for I got shown that like the back of the deck was actually split like this, and it went like 1, 2, 3, but 3 was also all of them. Hope that doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense. It's not important. You know what is important though? You and your well-being and the things that you are letting go of. So I think that you're definitely going through a difficult situation. I think that you may be called to be making some possibly very like life-changing decisions at this point, or you have been forced into a situation where like it's not something that you kind of wanted to choose or wanted to like make these decisions, but that you're kind of being forced into it, and that may be quite jarring. I think that this is actually gonna open you up to so much love and peace on the other side, and a lot of beauty. I feel a lot of like pleasure in life. It's like, it's not necessarily that I see it. I think it will be different for everyone, but I feel for a lot of you it's like something really beautiful is coming after this. It feels like the lotus, like you're in the process of kind of transforming through the dirt, through the murky waters, and that at the end there'll be a beautiful lotus. How can I explain that better? Because if I really feel like you need to know what's on the other side of this. Yeah, so let's get you another card for that. Let's get you a few other cards for that, in fact. Or maybe this deck just wants to be shown later, actually. Okay, what's on the other side of this for pile number 3? Whee! Okay, perseverance. You have many gifts. No problem. Okay, you are... Okay, this situation you're in is really gonna show you your true colors. You are being pushed to... This is like that like classic example of diamonds are created through like extreme pressure, and I think you are in that process of the extreme pressure. So I think a lot of the turmoil is between feeling really torn between two different... I think you've been existing through a more superficial way of being, and you are opening up to living life in a much more authentic way to you, but it requires, like, you've basically realized something that can't be unrealized. And because of that, it's like your heart tugs you to be making these decisions that align more with what the way in which you now perceive life or perceive your situation. And it's like your mind still doesn't want to let go. There's still a lot of pressure from your mind to remain small, or to remain attached, to remain controlled by others, or remain within this old system, within an old way of being. Yeah, I'll keep reading what will come from this. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. Let's read from the card. Not card, that's the card. We read from the card. We shall now read from the guidebook. That's what it's called. Ram. Give me the ram. Ah! I just got to the R. Oh. I wonder if you felt like you were... It does feel like something has been... Like something is being ripped from your grips, and you are having a really hard time with that. Yeah. I mean, to start with, I just want to say, like, you are really, really brave, because I think this is something that is really forcing you to look at yourself in some really difficult ways, but I can see that you are on that path. For you to be continuing to listen to this shows that you are willing to go there, and I think you'll be really happy with the sense of self that you develop through this, through the, it's like there'll be a new, it's like you'll have your feet on the ground again after this, or through doing this. I'm not sure how to explain that other than like life feels more real, and I think through this is the energy I was getting before, because life feels more real, everything feels more succulent, more juicy, more pleasurable, more beautiful. But it's like it feels more real by facing some real truths within you or about your external reality that are quite possibly very painful to look at. Ram. Did I read those? I don't even know. I don't think I did. Perseverance, trust yourself, breakthroughs. Yeah, trust yourself. I feel like you're developing a really strong sense of trust within yourself. The knowing that I feel like you'll develop an admiration of yourself. Like, wow, I did that. I did that. Breakthroughs. Yeah, breakthroughs. Strength, agility, abundance, success, mental activity, creativity, fertility, virility. The majestic bighorn sheep or ram is a master of agility and bravery. Yeah, you're being asked to be brave, or you're being forced to be brave, perhaps. They navigate rugged terrain at incredible speeds, and yeah, it's like this thing that's happening to you is forcing you to deal with a lot in like a very condensed amount of time. It's like something has been shoved in your face. They navigate rugged terrain at incredible speeds and land with confidence on the narrowest ledge. They have sharp vision and an acute sense of smell. I feel like this is helping you be discerning in your life moving forwards too. Like this, what you're learning from this is not only applied to this situation, but how you navigate through the entirety of life's trials, or not trials. I don't like that phrasing. Through life's experiences and all the different avenues of life, because it's like, for example, if this is happening within your love life, this sense of stability in yourself, this strength that you are fostering, is something that would also be able to apply to your career and all other areas of life. That's I hope that makes sense. All of these traits help the bighorn sheep survive. The male ram has a unique set of horns that spiral out from their head. They never drop, and they grow throughout the bighorn's life, symbolizing his fine mind. It is a gift ram people share with their totem. Horns are an extension of the skull and have been called natural antennae for the intuition. The ram is a competitive lover. Be on guard for aggressive tendencies in your love life. Jealousy should be avoided. If ram is your totem, you have success on your side. Ram urges you to use your fine mind to your advantage. You will persevere and go to great heights to succeed. Oh my god, I'm just sorry, remembering you had protection. Like, if we look at this being like a happy reading, it's kind of funny that like you got thistles, right? You got spikes. Something, yeah. Okay, so to relating this with your happiness, it's like, I think maybe something is draining the happiness from you, and you are in the process of letting that go. You're in the process of protecting yourself from that which is harming you, or that which is preventing your own happiness. See, it was a happiness reading. Okay. You will persevere and go to great heights to succeed. Your reserves of strength and courage, combined with your intuition, will help you navigate the toughest circumstances. Yeah. Call upon Ram to make you brave in the face of risk, and get ready to take a leap of faith. Your many talents will help you land with sure success. Contrary. Have you been locking horns to no avail? Yeah, it does feel a lot like you've been trying to push against this difficulty as opposed to maybe climbing in your own direction. Have you been banging your head against a wall? Have your sexual desires distracted from your goals? Don't lose your balance over conflict. Yeah. So there's definitely a lot of energy of conflict here. I also... let me breathe out for a moment. I want to say that I started feeling really ill during reading that. I feel like something is really harming you, and this is possibly like having an effect on your health. I feel like if you can, like, even the simplest thing of getting a good night's sleep, just taking time to be in bed and like eliminate those small distractions, like at this time, like, get off your phone. That I did. Or of course use discernment. If phone is where you get your health and your help out of the situation, by all means use it. However, my message to you is, this seems like a very extreme circumstance. I'm guiding you to look after yourself, whatever way you need to do that. I think that then there will probably be an obvious way out here. It may be one that is, again, hard to deal with. So, like, my heart goes out to you. Whatever you're going through, I'm sending you so much love, and feel that, like, it's real. I'm really sending you the love, and you can sense that if you choose. And I really, like, want you to know that there are so many beings and so many guides and loving and happy existences and energies that are supporting you. Even when you don't feel supported, they are supporting you. Let's read this card. Number 10. Oh, pile 3. If you need to cry also, like, I just feel like there's a lot of releasing going on, and that however, like, you can do that in a healthy, beneficial way for yourself and those around you, like, releasing in some way will be a process that I think is happening naturally, whether you like it or not. But if you can, lean into that, I think that would help. So, 10. Be calm and keep going. Nervous energy will grow and build in you if you let it. Remember, such energy comes from your inner fear, which is often connected to failure or the endings of things in your life or the lives of those you are connected to. Spirit healers and helpers are asking you to be still and relax now. They are also asking you to allow this moment to pass and simply wait until you are ready to continue. Amid the chaos, please tell yourself, I am calm, I can do this. When you say it, you will see it, and then it will be so. Okay, I'm really, really glad I read that, because I feel like that summed up everything you need to hear. Oh, pile 3. Pile 3. Let's get a Beyond Lemuria card for you, but I really do feel like that card summed up. You know what, actually? Some of you may want to come back to that, so let me show it so you can screenshot it. Yeah. You're doing so well. Isn't the human world an interesting one? Life experiences, huh? Life experiences. Shall we read the Ego and Two of Winter, because they seem to describe this situation so well too. We'll see what if cards come from the Beyond Lemuria deck first. Hopefully this will provide you with a lot of healing. Yeah, balance forces. You're definitely going through some stuff. I feel called to show the initiation card too. Doesn't that feel like that lotus energy of like coming up from Phoenix energy, rising from the ashes? Oh, I feel shaky and like I need to cry, but also scream, but not scream, but like just like break down. And like that's the energy that I'm picking up from you, in case you're not familiar with how channeling sometimes works. Realm Bridger. So balance, let me show you them. Let me show you them. Ooh, galuga booga. Oh, if you can talk to someone about this, whether it be someone that you can trust as a human form, an animal form, Gaia herself, or other beings, or the comment section, if you feel that that would help, then by all means share. This is not an easy situation. Oh, I just want to cry. Oh, pile 3, I love you so much. I love you so much. I just want to hold you. But this will make you stronger, so I'm not saying that I don't wish this situation upon you, even though like a part of me wants to just like take you out of this situation. I know that you are strong enough to handle it. Whew, okay. Balanced forces. Yin and yang. Productive flow, masculine and feminine energy, the balance of duality, patriarchal paradigm being rebalanced, equality, balance in perspective. The Lemurian people are said to have been androgynous, meaning they were not a specific gender. As they were only partially formed in the physical realm, they did not inhibit a paradigm of duality. They were a perfect balance of what became masculine and feminine energy as it densified in physical form. We all hold a mix of masculine and feminine energies within us. Masculine energy is more about focus in a forward direction, while feminine energy is more holistic and peripheral. Masculine energy is that of logistics and actioning desires into being. I'm even getting like stuffy. And it had, which is really interesting. Like I only have got stuffy like as of late one other time, which was in another reading. So if you are from okay, it's the first video on my channel, and I think it was pile 2, pile 1. I know it was in that video. I don't know which pile it was, but I haven't felt this way since then. Like that was very recently, but before then I haven't felt this energy of illness for a long time. So I wonder if maybe there's some comfort for you in that pile. Whew. Wait. More controlled and rigid vibration. Feminine energy is freer flowing, nurturing, creative and receptive. Both sides are to be celebrated, but in our efforts to rebalance, inequality and prejudice can occur. In the current paradigm, masculine and feminine energies are imbalanced as our global culture is largely patriarchal and strongly influenced by masculine energy. So yeah, this may be a lot about you moving from strongly masculine to you're being asked to be integrating more femininity into your life, and you know, being in a world that isn't necessarily supportive of that may bring about a lot of chaos and be very difficult for you. But there is also so much feminine support. Like, yes, maybe the physical realm doesn't seem so supportive, but you know what, the physical realm is more geared toward masculine energy in that, like, that is tangibility. So remember too that a lot of your support that you're needing right now may come in ethereal ways, may come in unexplainable ways, and like miracles, and that of like the intangible, like spirit. Efforts to revitalize, pardon me, need to burp. Efforts to revitalize the feminine flow have been incrementally shifting the balance over the last century. It is time to calm mind-based intellect, scientific data, linear direction, and the acquisition of power. To have an optimal human experience, we must embody a balance of masculine and feminine energies. We can daydream in receptive fluidity and then action our ideas into reality. We can be soft and nurturing and also firm and direct as needed. We can be determined, perseverance, is there an adjective for perseverable? We can be determined, compassionate, grateful, vulnerable, visionary, and strong. There can be focus and free flow. We may not draw on these energies simultaneously, but when we access both equally, we can be truly powerful, centered beings. When we bridge the duality within ourselves, we can see more balance in our outer world. This card invites you to look at masculine and feminine energy from a more balanced perspective. In the situation at hand, on the more masculine side, is the situation at hand on the more masculine side of the spectrum? Can it be tempered with feminine energy? Vice versa, would the addition of masculine energy bring balance? What needs to happen to form a more holistic and equalized foundation? Do you normally hold a position of one extreme? How might you balance this so you can experience a more optimized state of being? To bring more masculine drive and focus to a situation, for instance, if you have some upcoming due dates and you need to get into action mode, focus on your goals, desires, and ambitions. If you want to engage more feminine energy for receptivity, trust, flow, and surrender, consider all the things you are grateful for already. Feel the warmth, gratitude, and comfort of knowing everything is divinely perfect, just as it is. Yeah. Okay, let's get into your realm bridger. Didn't that flip so miraculously to the right page? Okay. Visionaries, architects of the future, information from other realms, bridging the seen with the unseen. Ooh, yes, that's what we were talking about, right? The masculine and feminine. I do feel like maybe a lot of you, or at least some of you, maybe transitioning from being highly religious to opening up to the spiritual aspects of, or the to other modalities. Inspiration, seeding a new earth, traversing different states of consciousness, birthing ideas from subtle reality, journeying. Have you ever felt that there is more than meets the eye in the perception we call reality? Okay. It definitely feels like you're opening up to a lot of feminine energies. However that Yeah, even if that's not like you are like that is the awakening you're coming to, but it could also be that you're realizing how like there's a divine hand of creation that kind of pushes your life in the most optimum direction for you, and you're realizing that maybe you have less of a say than you would like, and that like divinity is kind of taking the reins in your life. Yeah, I also don't really feel like reading this right now, so I'll hold it up so you can screenshot it and read it yourself if you'd like. And other page. Okay. Yeah. I feel like this is opening up to a new way of living. And it may be scary. It may feel like jumping into the dark. But overall, I feel like this is actually a really, really wonderful energy. Like, I think that you're gonna feel more like revitalized and feel a new zest for life, or a new, like, I'm seeing this as a bit like a new moon. There's a lot of new coming into your life, and the way the way life works is often that, you know, a lot has to die in order to be transformed into something else, which is what we call new. Yeah. Okay, that's it for your reading. I want to get just see if one of these cards want to come out, just to give you a visual of something again, like especially if you're opening up to new energies. I feel like opening up to the fact that art and visual energy is also like it has an effect on you, and it could definitely provide you with some healing, I think. And sacred geometry is so powerful. I have been really wanting to get into it. I haven't, but one day I will. Who knows, maybe that will be today. Maybe you will inspire me tonight to look into some sacred geometry. Yeah, I feel a message of it doesn't have to come all at once. Like, because I got this because I was thinking, like, yeah, I know I want to learn sacred geometry, but I don't actually have to wait to learn it like in a huge chunk all at once. Like, I can take it step by step. I could just look up one small thing today. And I feel like although there's a lot like kind of being bombarded on you, I feel like the general guidance steps is this may be something that you integrate over like a long period of time. Like, it's something that you can make steady progress with. It may be that this current time is overwhelming, but I think that it will like taper out. Like, yeah, because this feels like something that you'll be integrating within your daily, like, I think this changes your entire like perception of reality. So it's like, it's not gonna be like you change one thing and then you go back to living the way you used to live. No, it's more like, wow, okay, how do I live from now on? And it can be something that you learn, and that, yeah, because you got, going back to the very beginning, you got Page of Pentacles, which is is about slow, steady, like, progress. I even want to say it's like progress that will happen naturally. Like, you will take like action steps, but I feel like primarily this is something that you'll just naturally work through, or again, integrate into your life. So at the back of the deck we did get transition, which, come on, that's this, right? The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. There's a small message for someone. If you have lost someone, and that is this huge, overwhelming change, know that their essence is like, you will forever have experienced them, and thus you can always tap into that energy. They are not lost. They have just transformed, right? Transitioned. And life does evolve and shift and change, but the things that we love are truly inside. We can truly, like, death is such a thing that is misperceived, I think, because we see it as like something is there and then it's not, but it's not like that. It's more, well, at least my perception is more like something is there, then it evolves into something else. But the thing is, that thing that was there, we all, like, it will forever, in the infinity, like in the infinite nature of all that is, that thing that was there will always be there. It's just in a different state of time. Like, you can always, like, in a really mundane example, when you imagine your past and you imagine that person in the past, that you are tapping into them. That energy is there. So while you may be learning to exist without that person in your life, for those of you that is relating to a person, the thing that you truly valued, like that connection to them, that doesn't have to be lost. It's up to you whether you want that to transition and to like, with death, no matter how we look at it, your relationship to that person has changed, but you still get to have a relationship with them. It just is evolving, and that can be a wondrous thing. And maybe that is opening you up to understanding the infinite nature of existence, because you realize that, oh wow, they, like, maybe you sense them, or maybe you have understood maybe the more pure essence of who they really are. Like, you feel their soul more as opposed to maybe their humanness. But you, like, in that way, you build a whole new relationship with them. Or you maybe realize that your relationship to them is something that you want to transition away from. It's all, like, up to you. So just know that connection to those we love, we can always have that within our hearts. And it is like there's a reason why it's such like a well-known phrase, like it's never really lost because it's within the heart. I can't actually think of what the phrase is, but there's a reason, and that is because so many of us have felt the truth in it. Well, I guess there's a lot of things that people believe that aren't necessarily the healthiest, but that is one that I personally love. The idea that our true happiness is within. I'm remembering that this is a protective message also. Maybe some of you just need to hear also that, like, everyone in your situation, like, they'll be okay. They'll be okay. Like, if we really, really zoom out in life, like, they're, like, I'm gonna go back to the most like fundamental understanding that I agree with, which is love is everything. And so when you imagine that everything in this situation and everything surrounding you and those you love is all like infinitely intertwined with the pure essence of love, that just puts a whole new perspective on how we can feel at peace with everything that we're going through. So let me read these three, or let me show you these three cards. They definitely, I'm gonna stand up so I can make sure you're seeing them well, but coherence, discernment, dynamic. My fingies are in the way. Let's hold one at a time, shall we? Yeah. Okay. I'll leave it at that. Pal 3, I love you so much. I'm sending you so much love. And if you need another reading, head on the channel, and I hope that maybe you can find some more love if you resonate with my energy. I hope that maybe I can provide you with some more comfort and guidance if you feel that you need that. If not, of course, there are, like, I'm saying that because I just think that maybe if you've made it this far, you are comforted by my words, and so maybe you would find that helpful. But if you don't, and you feel like there are better ways for you, by all means, like, seek what you need at this time. You know, there are so many beautiful pick a card readers, and so many beautiful avenues of making difficult situations a bit better, of navigating through life's turbulent waters. So wherever you feel guided to, I am sure that you will find what you need. And to be honest, like, you've got this. You've got this. You'll make it. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.